Good afternoon, friends. You know, the notification for advocate on court examination has been issued today, and their edition of few of the cases which are in the advocate on court examination now. So I will take one by one case daily, as this each case is of more than 400 to 50 pages. So I will take important issues from those cases and discuss with you one by one. Firstly, I am taking the case from Article 370 case. Friends, the background of the case is Article 370 of the Constitution of India incorporated special arrangements for the governance of state of Jammu and Kashmir. Our Honorable President issued constitutional orders 272 and 273 during the substance of proclamation under Article 356, subclause 1B. These orders have the effect of applying the entire Constitution of India to the state of Jammu and Kashmir and abrogating Article 370. Contemporarily, Parliament enacted the Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act 2019, which bifurcated the state into two territories. The petitioners have challenged the constitutionality of these actions. State government in Jammu and Kashmir was formed by an alliance of PDP and BJP. In 2015, the Chief Minister of State, Ms. Mehbooba Mufti, belonging to the PDP, resigned on 19th June 2018 after the BJP withdrew support. The next day, Governor issued a proclamation under Section 92 of the Constitution of Jammu and Kashmir, which entrusts power to the governor to assume all the powers and functions of the government of the state in the event of failure of constitutional machinery in the state. A proclamation under Section 92 requires the concurrence of the President of India under Clause 5. Under Clause 3 of Section 92, the proclamation ceases to exist after 6 months. The promulgation of governor rule in the state was made with the concurrence of the President. On 21st November 2018, the governor dissolved the Legislative Assembly of the state under Section 53, subclause 2 of the Constitution of Jammu and Kashmir. On 28th November 2018, the governor submitted a report to the president recommending the invocation of Article 356 of the Constitution since 6 months since the issuance of the proclamation under Section 92, subclause 3 by 2 and on 19 December 2018, the president issued a proclamation under Article 356 promulgating private rule in the state upon considering the report from the governor of Jammu and Kashmir and other information. The proclamation inter alia contained the following declarations. The function of the government of the state and powers vested in or exercised by the governor of that state under the Constitution of India and the state constitution are assumed by the president. The power of the legislature of the state shall be exercisable by or under the authority of the parliament, and the first proviso and second proviso to Article 3 of the Constitution stand suspended. The proclamation was approved by the Lok Sabha on 28 December 2018 and by the Rajya Sabha on 3rd January 2019. On the same day, the President issued order stating that the functions of the government of the state and powers vested in the governor, which shall be exercisable by the President in view of the above proclamation, shall be exercisable also by the governor, subject to superintendent's direction and control of the president. The extension of president's rule was approved by the Lok Sabha on 28th June 2019 and by the Rajya Sabha on 1st June 2019. President's rule was extended to on 3rd July 2019. The duration of the President rule in terms of the Article 356 subclause 4 in its application to the state of Jammu and Kashmir was 6 months after the second of the resolution was passed by the Rajya Sabha on 3rd July 2019. On 5th August 2019, the President issued CO 272, the Constitution application to Jammu and Kashmir Order 2019. By the CO, the President in exercise of power under Article 370, subclause 1 applied all the provisions of the Constitution of India by superseding all previous constitutional orders by which select provisions of the Constitution were made applicable to the Jammu and Kashmir, either with or without modification. And Article 367, subclause 4, in which a modification was made, changing the term Constituent Assembly in the proviso to Article 373 to Legislative Assembly. On 5th August 2019, Parliament undertook the following exercise in its capacity as the legislature of the state since the proclamation under Article 356 was subsisting. The Rajya Sabha recommended to the President under Article 370 subclause 3 that all clauses of Article 370 shall cease to operate. That this House recommends the following public notification to be issued by the President of India under Article 370 subclause 3. In exercise of the powers conferred by Clause 3 of Article 370, read with Clause 1 of Article 370 of the Constitution of India, the President, on the recommendation of the Parliament, is pleased to declare that as from date, all clauses of the said Article 370 shall cease to be operative, except Clause 1 thereof, which shall read as under, namely, all provisions of this Constitution as amended from time to time without any modification or exception shall apply to the state of Jammu and Kashmir, notwithstanding anything contrary claimed in Article 152 or Article 308 or any other article of this Constitution or any other provision of the Constitution of Jammu and Kashmir or any law, document, judgment, ordinance, order, bylaw, rule, regulation, notification, custom, or usage having the force of law in the territory of India, or any other instrument, treaty, or agreement as envisaged under Article 363 or otherwise. Simultaneously, the Rajya Sabha expressed its views on the Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Bill 2019, which was sent to the House under the provision to Article 3 in the following terms. That the President of India has referred the Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Bill 2019 to this House under the proviso to Article 3 of the Constitution of India for its views, as this House is vested with the power of the state legislature of Jammu and Kashmir, as per proclamation of the President of India dated 19 December 2018. This House resolves to express the view to accept the Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Bill 2019. Simultaneously, the Lok Sabha also accepted the Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Bill in terms of the following resolution that the President of India has referred the Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Bill 2019 to this House under the proviso to Article 3 of the Constitution of India for its views, as this House is vested with the power of the state legislature of Jammu and Kashmir as per proclamation of the President of India dated 19 December 2018. This House resolved to express the view to accept the Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Bill 2019. The Rajya Sabha passed the Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Bill Act 2019. On August 2019, Parliament discharged its functions as the legislature of the state of Jammu and Kashmir and proceeded with the following legislative business. The Lok Sabha recommended to the President under Article 370, Subclause 3, that special provision in Article 370 shall cease to be operative, and the provision would instead apply all the provisions of the Constitution to the state of Jammu and Kashmir without any modification and exception. That this House recommends the following public notification to be issued by the President of India under Article 370, Subclause 3. Declaration under Article 370, Subclause 3 of the Constitution. In exercise of powers conferred by Clause 3 of Article 370, read with Clause 1 of Article 370 of the Constitution, the President, on the recommendation of Parliament, is pleased to declare that as from the date on which the President of India signs the declaration and published in the official gazette, all clauses of the said Article 370 shall cease to be operative, except clause 1 thereof, which shall be read as under. All provisions of this Constitution, as amended from time to time, without any modification or exception, shall apply to the state of Jammu and Kashmir, notwithstanding anything contrary contained in Article 152 or Article 308 or any other article of this Constitution or any other provision of the Constitution of Jammu and Kashmir or any law, document, judgment, ordinance, order, bylaw, rule, regulation, notification, custom, or usage having the force of law in the territory of India or any other instrument, treaty, or agreement as envisioned under Article 363 or otherwise. The Lok Sabha passed the Reorganization Act. Both houses of Parliament passed the Reorganization Bill after expressing their views in favor of such exercise as stipulated in the proviso to Article 3, bifurcating the state of Jammu and Kashmir into the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir with the Legislative Assembly and Union Territory of Ladakh without Legislative Assembly. The appendix to Reorganization Bill contained a schedule listing out central legislation enacted under the Union list and concurrent list by Parliament, which would thereafter be applicable to the two Union territories. Amendments have also been carried out to the existing state legislation to bring them in conformity with the Constitution. On August 6th, 2019, pursuant to the recommendation by the Lok Sabha, the President of India issued CO 273 under Article 370, subclause 3 of the Constitution, as amended by CO 272, by which Article 370 ceased to apply with effect from 6th August 2019. On 19th August 2019, the Union Ministry of Home Affairs issued a notification SO 2889 in exercise of the powers conferred by the Section 2A of Reorganize Act, bringing the provisions of the Act into force with effect from 31st October 2019, following President assent. Pursuant to this notification, the state of Jammu and Kashmir should bifurcated on 21st October 2019 into the Union Territory of Ladakh and Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. President's rule was revoked. So friends, this is little bit facts of the case. Next time, I will go deep into the further topics relating to the Article 37.